are go for liftoff in T-minus 30.
Hit the record button.
Gosh, that's swell.
It's a Lowe's Blog Talk Radio.
Welcome everybody to Italo's Black Tech Radio, which is where if you're on YouTube, don't be confused because you might be seeing the same person twice. It's not the same person twice. It's me, Italo, and then I have my guest. His name is King Elbro, right?
My YouTube gamer name. My TikTok gamer name, yes.
Okay.
But
What's your
Forrest.
name?
My name is
Forrest.
Forrest Brissey.
All
Pleasure
right.
to meet you. It's really an honor to meet you, Victor.
Right. So literally, how did we meet? You duetted my video, and then what's her name? Christina. She pointed out that we are brothers, twin brothers, right? And so I looked at it. I'm like,
Yeah.
I guess so, right?
It's
I guess we're
amazing. It's
twins.
amazing. I was scrolling, TikTok lingo. I was scrolling through the For You page, and suddenly I saw your face, and I said, "Hey, that's not my video. Who is this? He looks exactly like me." And if you know, in TikTok, there's a couple other famous TikTokers that have twins on TikTok, and it kind of blew up to this huge thing. So when I saw you, I said, "Oh my God, this is my TikTok twin."
Right. It's amazing. Like I can see the similarities, not only that we look alike, but we have the same thing with our hair and our mannerisms and like,
And even our beard right here. Like
The
one day I
beard is
woke up and it turned
gray.
white. Did that happen to you too? I
Yeah,
just woke up and it was white. And I said, "What is happening here?"
it's only right here. I get some gray up here, but
Me
and
too.
also the sideburns too.
Yeah.
And I told you, I'm like, I have to record our first reaction, which is you literally have just watched us being like, shit.
Amazed.
Yeah, I am looking
But
at the mirror.
you know what?
Anyhow,
You are devilishly good looking, I must say. Incredibly good
yeah,
looking.
we are, yeah, I must say. Well, welcome to the show, Forrest.
So much. I really
And
appreciate it. It means a lot to me.
tell me about you. Tell me about me or my twin brother.
Yes. Well, a little bit about myself. So I am actually a special needs teacher, and so I teach students with severe disabilities, moderate to severe, and that's where my passion is, where my heart is. Most rewarding career. I'm so excited to be involved helping these students. So it was the most challenging thing I've ever had to do to become a teacher. Just the classes alone, the coursework. I have my degree is basically equivalent to a master's in special education, multi-subject, and it's like 55 units above a bachelor degree. And the requirements were so strict. It was B or higher to pass. So B minus is a fail. So that is what I had to go through. It was very rigorous. And then I had to pass all the teacher tests, also incredibly difficult. I did it. And I'm just so proud of my achievement. And now I get to help students for the rest of my life. And I'm truly happy, and I feel just on top of the world because I actually just got it recently. This is my second year as a teacher. And then, of course, we have the pandemic that hit. So I'm in a whirlwind of difficulty, but I am still thankful to see their faces every day. And then they see me, and I see joy in their faces on the computers, and they're so happy to see me. It's heartwarming, you know? It's truly heartwarming.
So since you're talking about the pandemic, how has the transition between being in the classroom being to virtual?
Oh, it's been incredibly challenging. Really, it really has. Because I am well, I'm working from home, of course. My wife is an essential worker, so she's gone long hours, and so I'm having to cook breakfast, lunch, and dinner, um, upkeep the house, the laundry, help my son and daughter with their Zoom classes, and while I'm actually teaching my students, and then I'm working late night hours, mountains of paperwork, IEP meetings. It's just a nonstop grind, and it's literally. I feel like I don't ever have a break, and the only small relief I've had is actually TikTok. I know it's silly, but I've been here alone with my kids, and TikTok has been such a relief to be able to have a little fun. And it takes 1 minute to film a TikTok, first of all. So I maybe post 3 or 4, and that's about 4 minutes of my day. But it seems like when you're watching, it seems like it's much more, but it's really not. It's just a small fraction of time that goes into that.
Okay.
It's a lot of fun.
And yeah, I mean, for me, it takes me longer because I'm a perfectionist, and I like my material to look a certain way. So I don't know if that makes sense, but
No, your stuff is amazing, and I can see that the quality. For me, I pick up my guitar and I play a song. It takes me literally like 2 minutes to record it, and then
yeah,
but
yeah.
your stuff is amazing, and I can see the quality of your stuff. So,
But how long did it take you to learn the guitar?
ah, good question. I've been playing guitar since I was 6 years old. So I play guitar, pianos, drums, bass. My family is very musical, and so my father taught me, and one of my close friends growing up, who's a virtuoso with music, just influenced me and taught me. I kind of have a Spanishy blues style of
Yeah.
music. That's really my style that I play.
Well, later in the show, guys, I like to hear how my twin brother tears it up.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
I would like that. But yeah, man, that's amazing. I mean, yeah, I mean, it may seem like it takes you a minute to do it, to do the TikTok, but at the same time, your mind is already working at it. You're like, how am I going to present this? Like in my case, that is. But I like to actually present something that is enjoyable to people because there's nothing new on TV.
Absolutely. Your content is amazing, and I have it from word of mouth on the street from all of my TikTok friends I've made who enjoy your content. And Christina is one of them, Trapped Mama, that's what she's called. She's
Yeah,
absolutely hilarious, but she raves about your stuff too. And so
yeah. Thank you.
you were known on the TikTok community. So
Wow. Okay. I guess I didn't know
and
how
also
famous I am.
Instagram too. Instagram as well. You know, it bounces back and forth. On social media is such a important thing these days. So.
Yeah. Well, TikTok, it was just a pandemic thing because my boyfriend actually he actually got it in 2018, if I'm not mistaken. We were in Russia,
Oh
so yeah,
wow.
it had to have been in 2018 because I remember he was watching TikTok in 2018, and I was like, "What the hell are you doing on TikTok all day?"
Oh, he was already hooked.
And he would show me the videos. He would show me like the funny ones, and I'm like, "All right, well, that looks like fun actually." But
Yeah,
I never thought about getting into it because I already have Facebook. I already have Instagram.
right.
And then the whole pandemic started. So it's like, I get
Yeah.
tired of all the political BS.
Yes. Absolutely. Oh, and
And
there's so much of that. It's-
yeah,
yeah, it's just that sad state of affairs here in the U.S. I mean, I hate to see the country so divided and so much hatred, so much. It's terrible. You know, I really wish humanity could wake up. And this is 2020. This is 21st century. Come on, people. I mean, we're all humans, no matter what race, sexual orientation. I mean, religion. I mean, we are all human beings. Come on, like we just need to get along. And
yeah.
so,
It sounds cliche, maybe. Uh, and then you're right. We're 20 years into the 21st century. Like we're not
yeah,
even.
right.
It's not even.
This
It's
is
20
20.
years later, dude. Like
Yeah,
why are we still on this topics? And
yeah.
let's
It's
just get over it. So yeah. So your music, why Spanish music? Why did you grew up like listening to music like that?
You know, I'm very eclectic in my taste in music, and my father is a really talented musician, and he plays guitar and piano. And my father's also really good with languages. He speaks three different languages, and my father's an amazing man. So he kind of he gave me the gift of music, and so from an early age, I listened to oldies and Beatles and I think you mentioned Jim Morrison. I mean, one of the greats, Jimi Hendrix, all of those great players, and then of course the Beatles. They have such an influence, and then Prince. When I think of Prince, also.
Oh yeah.
So over time, I'm actually 42 years old. So I listened to such a wide range of music, and I've branched out to listen to music in different languages as well. And so playing guitar, I kind of just gravitate towards kind of a flamenco style. But my father, he taught me the blues first, so I really appreciate the blues. And I definitely, I don't pretend to have any delusions of grandeur. I'm not, I play for myself. I play for the joy of playing. And when I went on TikTok, when I first started, I was pretty depressed. Honestly, I was depressed because of the pandemic. I was stuck at home alone. And one night I saw somebody's live. It was a gentleman named Purple Potato. You don't know who he is. He's an awesome TikToker. He plays guitar. He's very talented and he sings. And it was about 2 a.m. I was up really late and I was listening to him and he brought me out of my depression. I felt happy and I realized I want to do this for other people. I want to play guitar for other people. And so it took me about 3 months to have enough followers to go live. And so now I've been able to go live and I play guitar for people and it's so much fun. I met friends from all around the world. And it's just amazing. I have friends in Poland, friends in Ireland, friends in the UK, friends all over the United States, um, friends from South America. I mean, it's amazing. And people have told me that I've made them feel better. Just today, two people said I helped them with panic attacks. They said they were having panic attacks. They put on my song and they felt better. And it just meant so much to me because that's what I wanted to do. That's why I'm doing this, just to have
Right.
fun.
And that is actually amazing because you're touching people that you would have never met. I would have never met you, for instance, and
Yeah.
uh, I would have never met the people that I've met already in TikTok since March, and I already have established a relationship. Not it may not be a friendship to the point that yeah I know them like personally, but I know them so much. I already know them a lot, so I feel
Yeah.
like I actually am friends with these
Yeah.
people and they want me in their lives and they want me to come on and they want me to talk about me and learn
And they
about
appreciate
me.
you.
So it's like, okay,
I
it's free
know.
therapy. Let's go.
Exactly. It's a chance to escape the blues of the pandemic, right? To be
So
able to
let me
talk
ask
to
you a
somebody else.
question because
Yeah.
you're 42. I'm 48, by the way. Um, but I have a question because you mentioned that you were depressed and everything, and I understand the pandemic had to do a lot with it. But do you think is the 40 year mark that starts it all?
Um, Not particularly. I don't think for me, in general, I'm usually a very positive, upbeat person. So for me, it takes a lot to get me down. I always try to start every day with a positive affirmation to myself. Like this is gonna be a great day. I can do this. I have a lot to do. So I tend to try to stay very positive. But I think it was what really got me down was the fact that they closed my classroom down. They told me I had to work from home. My wife got the news that she's an essential worker, so she's gone. So all of a sudden I realized like this, I'm going to be working harder than I've ever had in my entire life, period. That's what I've been doing. It's just been a nonstop grind. And I'm glad and I'm thankful for what I have. I'm thankful that I have a home and I got my family and everybody's safe and I've got a paycheck coming in. I know there's people that have it worse than me. So, but I can't lie and say it didn't affect me. It did affect me. I hate being trapped at home. I'm a people person. I like helping my students right there, face to face. And students with special needs, they need somebody there, to even just a tap on the shoulder can mean so much to them.
Yeah.
So
Actually,
yeah,
you're right because special needs, especially this, I mean, everybody needs one-on-one interaction. But
yeah,
special needs, wow, that has to be hard on the kids and hard on the parents.
it's incredibly hard for them, and
Yeah,
they're struggling. They're struggling. Some of them are absolutely desperate to get their son or daughter back to school. And others feel the exact opposite. They're terrified. They're terrified of the pandemic. They know that their children are impacted with their health. Some of them have severe health ailments,
right,
and so the COVID-19 is a real danger to them, and so they're terrified of bringing them back to school. So it's just a mess. It's a very complex problem.
right. And it gets very poli- political. It gets very, you know what I mean? Like
Yeah. Oh my God.
it's yeah, it's all this stuff that I don't want to get into because I would
Right.
like to enjoy some music and
Yeah.
or whatever message you want to tell the audience. But why don't we listen to some of your music?
Oh, okay. Great. Well, um, before I do that, though, I want to say one quick thing is that what I actually got all my degrees in English, and I know we talked about this briefly, which I think is really cool, is that you're a poet and I'm a poet. So my twin brother, I mean, we really gravitate towards the same things. I love poetry. One of my favorite poets is Elizabeth Barrett Browning, married to Robert Browning. If you're unfamiliar, she wrote the sonnets of the Portuguese, absolutely beautiful poetry.
Yeah.
So I had to say something about that because I
Yeah, no,
just,
no. And if you want to, sorry. Oh yeah, sorry. If you want to share some poetry, that would be great too.
oh, awesome. I do have a poem memorized. But so I try to be creative with my TikTok stuff. So I've recently found a way to use this iPad with a pan drum here.
Oh
And,
wow.
and so I've created a lot of really interesting,
Mm. Very
and I've
relaxing.
recently started uploading it into YouTube. And I've already had like over 400 hits in one day. I couldn't believe it. Um, because I'm relatively new to social media. So for me, that's an accomplishment. 400.
Yeah. No. Yeah.
And
It is.
so this is my little guitar. It's like I call it my junky beach guitar because that's exactly what it is. I'm playing on literally a piece of junk. So everything I've done on TikTok has been on the worst instrument you could possibly ever imagine. And I'm excited because I'm going to be getting some new instruments very soon. I've saved up, and I'm going to be getting some really quality electric guitars and acoustic guitars, and I'm so excited. I've worked so hard for it. I cannot wait. So, but I'll play a little instrumental piece and see how it goes. It goes like this. Thank you so
Yay! My twin
much.
brother, talented. It
Thank you so
sounds like
much.
that song. How fragile we are.
Yeah.
Is that it?
No, no. It's actually it's a mashup of a few different things, and
Uh,
I just kind of created over the years, made it my own. But
right.
and so I'm passionate about playing guitar. I love it. It is, I guess, in a way magical to me. You know, it when I'm feeling down or when I want to express my feelings, it's an easy way
Well,
for me to channel those things. You know,
it
channel
gets you
those.
in the moment. Like for me, like when I do poetry and when I read the poetry, well, first of all, it's a process, right? You write it, you edit it, and then you share it one day when it's ready. But
Yeah.
it's a feeling that I cannot describe it either. Like when you share the poetry, you feel the energy leaving your body, and then you get it right back when people are like, yeah, like, or, snaps or whatever they
Yeah.
do. Yeah, I can feel it. Like, I don't know. It's probably just a empath thing that we have.
Hmm.
That our artists in general are empathic. So I think,
Yeah. Very much so. I agree. I agree completely.
right.
That's how I feel. That's one of my strengths, actually. I've ever since I was a child, I've always been very emotional. And at first, kind of that machismo, macho thing, like you can't be like that. You're a guy. Well, I view it now as a strength. I am a very emotional person, but I can control my feelings. But it allows me to I can say feel other people's emotions. Like I don't have it's hard to explain exactly, but I use that when I'm working with the students because some of my students are nonverbal, but I can sense how they're feeling just by kind of being aware of them, and it's helped me in so many circumstances. So my son is very emotional, and I'm trying to teach him now that this is a strength. This is not a weakness. Having emotions and being emotionally in tune is a real strength. You know.
Yeah, the gift. Um, it's called empath. Type it in if you when you have time later.
Yes. Yes.
Type in empath on YouTube, and you'll be amazed. Like I'm a what? I'm an empath, and that's actually like a superpower. It's like a superhero power that people don't understand. It's like being intuitive and being psychic and feeling people's feelings. You don't know
Yeah.
how amazing and how frustrating too, because
Mm.
you feel so much that you're like, okay, tune out. I got to tune out. I
Right.
can do this no
Block
more.
it out. you
Yeah.
know, I'll tell you a quick story that I once worked with a student who was schizophrenic, and the student was having a real hard time, and it was one of the very first times I met them, and he came to me very distraught and kind of like aggressive, and in that moment, I just intuitively reached my hand up like this, and I touched his chest right here. And it was like that touch is what he needed. He calmed down instantly. But in that moment, I felt it was like a whirlwind. That's how I would describe it. It was like a whirlwind of emotions, a whirlwind just gyrating inside of him, spinning. And it was such an intense moment, but I'll never forget that. It was like I clearly understood his emotions at that moment. So I guess
Right.
that's empathic. I guess I'm empathic.
Yeah. 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 Look it up because it's a thing. It's actually psychologists have agreed. It's a term. It's like the opposite of narcissism is being an empath. Um, and not only that, but you attract a lot of narcissistic people because they see that, they see that energy and they see that power, and they want to grab it and they want to take it, and you know what I mean. So you are targeted more than somebody who is not as empathic as you are, and it's just effed up.
That's good.
It is because it's like, okay, dude, like you're trying to grab my energy. I didn't get it until I was 40. So that's what I
Yeah.
was saying. Like that's the time that I realized I had this gift, right, of poetry, of empathic. I'm channeling people's energy, or you pick up on people's thoughts or energies too, and then that comes through your poetry, perhaps, or at least mine. and
Yeah.
I didn't understand why. I'm like, why am I thinking this? Oh yeah, that's what I was listening to, and I'm like, okay, and you don't realize
That's
it's real.
amazing. That's
It
amazing.
is amazing, yeah.
Yeah, that is so cool. I can't wait to read some of your poetry, to hear some of your poetry. I love poetry. That's something I'm very passionate
Cool,
about.
man. Yeah. Well, you don't have that much. I don't know how much. 30. Okay. I need glasses, by the way. Like I
Ah,
usually, like we're not real twins until. Let me see. Hold on.
okay. Now they're gonna be able to tell
Now you
us
can tell us
apart.
apart.
Yeah, now you guys can tell us
I'm
apart.
the one with the glasses.
I never had glasses yet. I've never had to get glasses yet. So when did
you
you have
you
glasses?
will.
I know, right? It's right around the corner, right? How old were you? Were you 41 when it happened?
No, I resisted
42?
I resisted it until I was in my 30s. Like
Oh,
my family in general have visual impairment. So my mom and my dad has perfect vision now. He's got a better vision than I do.
oh wow, that's nice. That's good.
Yeah. Well, if you'd like me to read something, I can read something quick.
Yes, absolutely. And then maybe to end, I could read one of my. I have one just memorized at the top of my head.
Oh, read. Tell me yours first.
Okay, okay. And all right, so it goes like this. She walks in the white clouds there above the shining sun, and calls to me so sweetly through the twilight hours of the moon. Her face is a pillow of beauty in which my eyes do rest. Her soul, I confess, does quench the weary hours of loneliness and calms the quiet fever of my soul. That's it.
All right. Well,
Thank you, thank you.
let me get something that I kind of memorized, but now I forgot. So
Awesome,
that's
I
how
can't wait.
that's how it is. This is my book. Well, you won't be able to see it because of
Oh, I'm gonna
the.
buy one. I'm gonna buy it.
It's called the
Oh,
Oz.
awesome.
The
Oz,
Oz
yeah.
monologues. Okay. So, which character from the Wizard of Oz is your favorite?
Oh boy. No, well, the Scarecrow's cute, but no, not the Scarecrow. I think I like the Tin Man. You know, he wants a heart. So I really like the Tin Man.
Well,
And
I
I
would
love
read you the Tin Man if you want to.
absolutely, I would love to hear it. Thank you so much.
He's okay. So the story behind the Tin Man, and I'm sorry that I'm taking it over, but it's kind of my show. So
No, I'm so excited. You're my twin, right? I need to hear your
all right,
art. Just excited for it. I'm so excited.
I'll try to make it fast or quick, but he's very so he has the heart condition, right? And this is actually about a breakup. But
Oh,
the real story is in the novel. He actually is in love with a Munchkin girl, and the Wicked Witch of the West or the East is the one that casts a spell on him. And but I think there's something else going on there between the Tin Man and the Wicked Witch. So
oh
that's
boy.
what I'm thinking.
I think you're right. We're on to something there.
Yeah, there's something going. I'll try to make it fast because. Okay, hold on a sec.
Oh, I'm so excited. That's so cool.
All right, here we go. Nuts and bolts. I'm sorry. Start over. Nuts and bolts, joints and screws, water and dust. Standing here, corroding rust. Standing all alone, going nowhere fast. Many thunderstorms and rain have passed. How long will it all last? No storm can last forever. All things must pass. I stood here while the rain was pouring, twisting and shouting, groaning and moaning, till Dorothy came along one fine morning. I stood here paying my dues, recounting the regrets, playing them in my head forever, it seemed. A year, perhaps two, I lost count. I lost hopes and dreams too. Nothing but tin left of the man. The rumor is true throughout Munchkinland. Yes, you heard right. I am the Tin Woodsman. I picked up the broken pieces. I had to put me back together. So I went to the tinsmith. Luckily, he's a very good man. Teen Smith put the scattered pieces together. You see, he put the he put together what was once broken. Picking my picking up my legs, the right first, then the left, and then picked up my arms, the right first, then the left. Picked up my head too, and left it up to the tinsmith to put me back together, putting his skills to the test. Enchanted, but the wicked witch of the east, my axe, took a life of his own, chopping me up to little pieces, scattered all over the forest. I had to find each piece carefully. I never stopped, no breaks, no rest. I ended up with no arms, no legs. I even lost my head. That wicked witch, she really got me this time. But can't blame it all on the wicked witch, though. She only did what she was told. Besides, it was my own axe that chopped me up to little pieces. Stainless steel and piercing chrome didn't even flinch a bit and cut me like an arrow mold. Luckily for me, the tinsmith is a good man. I brought him my broken pieces, and he made me a new man. No longer flesh and bones. I'm now made of tin, nuts, and bolts. I'm the Tin Woodsman. Nothing can hurt me no more. Wicked witch cannot get me any more. I'm made entirely of tin, no longer flesh and bones. That's fine and dandy, I told the tinsmith. I'm now made of tin and copper tone. I'm very much alive. Don't need me to buy me a tombstone, but I have no heart, and I have no pulse. And my love for the Munchkin girl, Mimi Amy, is pretty much gone. Oh, I suffer. How I suffered, and then suffer some more. As I stood here in the rain, rusting and moaning, regretting and loathing the days I ever set eyes on that beautiful Munchkin girl, most beautiful in all Munchkin land. The girl I was to marry and be married with. Mimi Amy was her name. Her ring I still carry, but that she loved me the same. I never heard from her again. That's her name whisper in the wind and the rain. Mimi, Amy. Just a memory, distant memory. So the rain poured, and I sit here and moan that I have no heart and no longer have love for Mimi Amy, dearest Munchkin girl, the woman of my dreams, my only one and true love.
Awesome. I loved it. Brilliant.
You pick the
Brilliant.
one piece that is the hardest to do because of all the
Yeah.
rhyming.
It's so good. And the whole time you were saying it, I had a vision of my mind's eye about the Tin Man, as he was rusted there, stuck in that position as the storms were passing by. That was really excellent. Thank you very much. It was nice to hear your
No,
art. Yeah.
I love sharing it, but yeah, he stood there for 2 years,
Yeah. Broken
and
hearted.
yeah, like Amy, I me,
Yeah.
help me, and then Dorothy came. But
Yeah. I love that.
I try to mix my own thought, my own experiences in the poetry. So
I love
you don't
it.
even know what's going on there, but there's a lot of brokenness.
Yeah. Well, some of the most beautiful art is born from pain, as they say, right? The
Yeah,
greatest artists suffer the most, it seems like sometimes. At
yeah.
least
Well,
the famous.
I went through a breakup right before I wrote that, so
Ah, yeah.
it kind of
Very
like was
painful.
really and that was the last character I had to write before I completed the book.
Wow, that's awesome.
And so it happened for a reason, but it was still hard to share it and hard to write it.
Yeah,
So
absolutely.
a story
Well,
behind everything.
that's so great. And I really want to publish my work as well. I have not yet got published. I have so many ideas for books, and I've written down so many things. And soon I plan to do it. Now that school's done out of the way, and things are kind of normalizing a little bit. Um, I'm going to have time to do my writing, and that's the next step for me to pursue, which I want to write a book about how to help students with special needs. So specifically nonverbal students, because I'm kind of like a master at nonverbal communication. So I'm going to write a book about nonverbal communication and how to help students with nonverbal communication.
That
That's
will
my
be that will be really interesting to read it. We actually have like a couple 3 minutes left, so I kind of have to wrap it up. But
okay.
uh,
Thank you so much.
I need to connect with you outside of this podcast because I am looking on my mirror, so it's
Absolutely.
fun to do that. But no, besides that, I'm interested in hearing more about your poetry and all this stuff and your book, and I'll help you
Thank
out
you.
too because it's pretty easy to give up on your projects or your dreams, and you
Absolutely.
should never stop doing that.
It's really an honor to be on your show, and I truly appreciate it. So thank you so much. I mean, I'm very excited to go through all your podcasts, and I was listening to them last night. So
All right, cool, man.
and check out your art is amazing. And like I said, I really appreciate this opportunity. So thank you.
So, Forrest, you have to tell people how to reach you on TikTok and all of that.
Well, if you go on my TikTok page, it's King Elbrow. I know it's very silly. King Elbrow. Eyebrow and elbow. I don't know how I came up with it. King Elbrow. Forrest Brissey. ForrestBrissey. And if you go there, it's going to link you to my YouTube channel and also to my Instagram. It's all connected, so I want to stay connected to people. And that's how you can find me if you want to check out some cool stuff. I do cooking. I was cooking Jamie Oliver today, so that was fun. And I made me and my son, my little sous chef, was working with me, and we made ginger shaked beef. It turned out amazing. I do some comedy stuff. I do my guitar. I play other instruments, and I just have fun with it. So pure entertainment,
All right. All right,
positivity.
Forrest. We'll stay in touch after right now in this podcast. But you guys didn't see this coming. I didn't see this coming. He didn't see it coming. So stay tuned for part 2 or 3 or however many more because I enjoy this.
We are go for liftoff in T minus 30.
Hit the record button.
Gosh, that's swell.
It's a Lowe's Blog Talk Radio.